Everyone, thank you for joining us for our new hour-long Krem2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
I'm Whitney Ward. We do begin tonight with some grim news for our area. Sacred Heart is now currently caring for 6 critically ill children.
According to the Spokane Regional Health District dashboard, just 68 people under the age of 19 have been hospitalized with COVID-19. This age group makes up just over 2% of hospitalizations, and that is less than 0.5% now of the, that is now less than 0.5%. Check this. 0.5% of the deaths. 3 people between the ages of 10 and 19 have died from COVID-19 in the Spokane area. Providence hospitals have indefinitely paused additional surgeries and procedures due to rising COVID-19 cases and staffing issues. Teetering on the brink, that's how Idaho Governor Brad Little described the state's healthcare system right now as the Delta variant of the coronavirus continues to ravage the country.
So the governor said hospitals are completely overwhelmed at this point, and he announced new actions that he is taking to try and help out. But he also warned that if something doesn't change, more dire action could be needed. So our political reporter, Casey Decker, has more details for us tonight. Casey?
Yeah, Whitney, Tom, today the governor revealed in the entire state of Idaho, there are only 4 vacant standard ICU beds, and overflow beds that were just created outside of that normal system, well, they're already also filling up. Little said the system just isn't built for such a huge sustained crisis, saying staff have been overworked for months. So he announced some new measures aimed at helping them. First, he is remobilizing the National Guard. 150 guardsmen will help medical staff, primarily with logistics. Second, 200 federal workers will come to Idaho to help, both with administrative duties and medicine. And finally, a special 20-person medical response team from the Pentagon will be coming specifically to North Idaho. Little singled out our region of the state as an area most in need of help, in part because vaccine rates are so low here. Today, he warned that if the situation in our hospitals does not improve, he may have to do something that he says has never been done before in the state's history: declare a crisis standard of care, which would require medical personnel to basically triage people who come into the hospital.
Idahoans in need of health care could receive a lesser standard of care or may be turned away altogether. In essence, someone would have to decide who can be treated and who cannot. This affects all of us, not just patients with COVID-19. We cannot allow that to happen until we've done all we can to address the crisis playing out in our hospitals. We're pulling out all of the stops.
But the governor also said the single most important thing that can be done here: improving vaccination rates. Nearly every single new COVID case, hospitalization, and death in Idaho this year was someone who was unvaccinated.
It is our ticket out of the pandemic. There are many of our family members, neighbors, and friends who are on the fence about getting the vaccine or have just been putting it off. To those fellow Idahoans, the time to receive the vaccine is now.
Now, I also reached out to Kootenai Health tonight to see how these deployments might affect them. They said right now they aren't really sure. They're still working out those details at the moment. But just recently, Panhandle Health District told us a few days ago that the demobilization of the National Guard was a big loss of labor for them and a significant stressor on their system. So surely having them back will be welcome. In the newsroom tonight, Casey Decker, Krem2 News.
And things are not looking any better here in Spokane. Providence told us today that 6 kids under the age of 18 are in critical care, all due to COVID. In total, 221 people are hospitalized in the county due to the virus. Now, according to the health district, 292 new cases were also reported today, and 3 new deaths were also reported.
And America's 7-day average has now hit nearly 130,000 new COVID cases. Over the last week, we averaged more than 100,000 people in the hospital, nearly all of them unvaccinated. Now, health experts are warning about a potential twindemic during the flu season this fall as kids go back to school, especially in areas without a mask mandate. Now, we know that all of this is a lot of information, so we want to make you as informed as possible. You can just text the word COVID to 509-448-2000. We'll send you links with everything you need to know. But now let's go back to that beautiful
Oh
shot
my
down
gosh.
over the park. Just a beautiful day, cool, but really nice.
A little 3-mile walk for Tom Sherry
Look at
today.
you.
Up and at 'em. And it was just a beautiful day, a little crisp. Boy, you can definitely tell fall is in the air and the trees are beginning to change color too. Look at that. It's the first time this year we're giving
man.
it. That's a frost advisory, folks, until tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Everywhere shaded in blue, and of course that includes the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. So if you've got some of those tender plants, watch out, because that could be the real issue that we're looking for there as far as the frost warning being in effect. Again, everywhere that you see shaded in blue. We're talking about average wind speeds around the region. We've got 7-mile-an-hour winds here in the Spokane area, 7 out towards Ritzville, 66. That's our current temperature. Wind out of the west at 7 miles per hour. Again, under mostly sunny skies. Day planner forecast calling for an overnight low of 44, 72 the expected high tomorrow. Remember, this is a big weekend coming up. I've got temperatures for Labor Day weekend climbing into the low 80s on Saturday and Sunday, and for actual Monday, Labor Day, 79 degrees. So looking pretty nice.
Oh, just beautiful. Thank you very much, Tom. Spokane firefighters and police officers came together today to honor a firefighter from Spokane County Fire District 9 who died in the line of duty last week. Cody Traber died after falling from a bridge while responding to reports of a fire near Highway 395 and Wandermere Road. That happened last Thursday. Traber was honored today with a procession. His fellow firefighters stood guard while his body was loaded into an ambulance at the Spokane County Medical Examiner's office. That ambulance was then escorted by fire engines and motorcycle police as they made their way to the Heritage Funeral Home. After the procession arrived, firefighters and police then again stood guard as his casket, draped in an American flag, was carried inside that funeral home. Traber was an 18-year veteran of Spokane County District 9. He also served with Stevens County Fire District 1, the Cheney Fire Department, and the Washington State Department of Natural Resources.
A unique tribute to our nation's firefighters is on display right now at the Northtown Mall. Award-winning Spokane motorcycle builder Martin Burnett built a special bike in honor of fallen first responders on 9/11. Well, he wanted to put the motorcycle on display at Northtown Mall to honor our local firefighters as well and inspire others to find ways to honor our first responders.
We wanted to do something more significant to basically honor the firefighters that are risking their lives every day. I'm a champion bike builder, international champion, and I lend bikes for display periodically, but the mall wanted something unique, and so the Pink Cadillac is my sponsor. They've provided the space where we can put the backdraft bike. This is also an undefeated bike in Canada and the United States on a championship circuit. But the key thing that's unique about this bike, it was built to honor firefighters. It has onboard firefighting equipment built into the bike. As we know in our area, we've had such massive fires all the way around Spokane. And so all of us are very familiar with the results of fire, even in the quality of the air that we breathe. I'm 69 years old, but I started this when I was in high school, and that was a couple of years ago. And so 17 years ago, I came back at it very seriously and started building and competing on a international show car circuit with the bikes. And I have a small fleet of them that are all undefeated, including this bike. So it's been fun, and I retired this last year from the show circuit and decided to just focus on things that are more meaningful than just winning awards.
Well, look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
Really beautiful labor of love.
Yes.
And a fabulous way to honor our firefighters from 9/11 and to today.
And a good reminder for all of us just
You
to
bet.
take that extra moment. All right, still to come here in tonight's hour-long 4 o'clock show, we are diving deeper into what happens when a wildfire is human-caused.
I think it's important that people just understand that there's a consequence to your action.
Tonight's Scorched Earth special coverage is next right here on Krem2.